Yesterday, Mitch McConnell startled the world by announcing that he was not going to run again for Republican leader of the Senate. This was a tacit recognition, number one, that Trump is the Republican candidate, and number two, that Steve Daines, Daines, the Republican senator from Montana, who's the head of the National Republican Senate Campaign Committee, is really effectively in charge of the 2024 Senate campaign. Today's lunch alert is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. History may be repeating itself. JP Morgan, for example, is warning investors to brace themselves for 1970s style stagflation. In case that's not seared into your memory, let me review it. And it couldn't come at a better time. There are at least 4 states where Daines is making a big, big difference. The biggest is probably Montana, where he and Trump persuaded Matt Rosendale, the at-large congressman from Montana, step aside and withdraw from the primary to win the nomination to oppose John Tester, the longtime Democratic incumbent. Instead, Trump and Daines are backing Tim Sheehy, a decorated Navy SEAL who has a fantastic chance of winning. In Nevada, the team of Daines and Trump are working a miracle in transforming the race for Senate in Nevada into a very winnable contest. They're backing Sam Brown, a Purple Heart recipient, who is mounting a strong campaign against Jackie Rosen, the placeholder Democratic senator who's held the seat for too long. In Arizona, Daines has been working hard to get Republicans to rally around Kerry Lake, the MAGA favorite, one of Trump's favorites, who lost for governor last time, is contesting the result, but now is running for Senate in a 3-way field with an excellent chance of winning if Daines can rally Republicans to support her. In Maryland, a seat the Republicans never thought they'd win, a solid Democratic state, Daines has helped persuade Larry Hogan, the Republican governor for the last 2 terms, who is a dedicated rhino and an anti-Trumper. They persuaded him to run for the vacant seat in the Senate, vacated by Ben Cardin. This wouldn't seem as progress, but it is, because we would have no chance of winning that seat if it weren't for Hogan getting into the race. And Hogan's entry magically transforms an almost safe Democratic seat into a very good Republican opportunity for takeover. So throughout the country, there's a new sheriff in town, Steve Daines, and he's really exerting muscular, dynamic, and very flexible leadership and dramatically increasing Republican chances of taking over the Senate. Today's lunch alert is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. History may be repeating itself. JP Morgan, for example, is warning investors to brace themselves for 1970s style stagflation. In case that's not seared into your memory, let me review it. Stocks were flat during this entire period, and there were 3 bouts of inflation from the oil embargo, Vietnam, and the Middle East crisis. Does that sound familiar? But it's worth remembering that during that period, when there was this stagnation in the economy, gold went from $35 an ounce to $800 an ounce. So call the Patriot Gold Group and get in on the winnings while there's still time. Now, the Patriot Gold Group offers no fee for life IRAs to viewers of these videos, and they've extended that offer and lowered the minimum required to get in. So call the Patriot Gold Group and ask about the no fee for life IRA. Stay well, and thank you.